is Saturday, March 13th, 2021. We are streaming live from the official YouTube channel of EvoluCulture. Vengers, catch these vibes. Welcome to another edition of Evolution Dopen Mic. I am Sean Battle, your host, as well as the founder and CEO of EvoluCulture Vengers. Our goal being to hold space for artists and art lovers who need it. This is our flagship show. It started 6 years ago, and of course, COVID-19 made everybody go virtual, and so we did the same starting in 2021. It is great to be here with you all tonight for this wonderful occasion. I hope everyone is being safe and secure at this time. I hope everyone is getting vaccinated as things look to change around us, and we're getting a sense of normalcy. So I hope everybody is doing well tonight. We got a packed show, so make sure you are following EvoluCulture on here this year YouTube. Our goal is to get to 300 subscribers by the end of April 30th, which is National Poetry Month. You can see at the bottom screen our donations. We do accept them. Cash App, $ EvoluCulture. Normally this event has a $5 cover. Of course, everything went virtual, so we got to make everything free, but anything that you give will definitely go right back into the business, this Black-owned business, as we continue to provide content such as this. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and check out EvoluCulture.com to purchase stuff like this. Big shout outs to our general manager, Don Krypton, who is backstage with us tonight, and our feature for the evening, Miss MWIKALI Words. It is great to be here tonight with so much talent. Tonight's theme is Rehab. Not only is that a play off of the title of MWIKALI Words, is a collection of poetry, but also we are rehabbing from a lot that has occurred in the past year. This week marks 1 year, at least for me, since the lockdowns in New Jersey began for COVID-19. This past March 10th was the date last year where we had our final in-person event for a public crowd, the last edition of Evolution Dopen Mic, before everything shut down. I was working in education at that time, and March 13th, Friday the 13th, guess who's playing Jason? That is when we got word that for 2 weeks, everyone will be staying home. Things will go virtual. They were saying, oh, we'll pass out packets, and, so that people can still be working and still trying to learn amongst these crazy circumstances. 2 weeks became 2 months. 2 months became a whole year, where so much about our infrastructure and so much about us socially was exposed. It's been a crazy year for us here at EvoluCulture. And what's crazy was all the terribleness that happened, that is still going on, that we're still recovering from. There is still a lot of good, and I want to recognize that as well. We are now on the verge of recovery. We're now on the verge of rehabilitation. The best thing we could do is be vigilant in everything that we do regarding trying to get back to some sense of regularness, but also learning from this so that we can move forward. For in life, you either adapt or you perish. That is evolution. With that said, I'm going to share a poem to start us off, and then we're going to kick it to our open mic list because we got some dope people to get to. I'm going to give y'all something that is from my third book of poetry that's coming out, entitled Happy Endings Are Earned. Pardon me if I'm scaring off. I got to read this. Just listen to the words. For my birthday, I want to kiss you. Stable, shaky hands on your hips. Let each other's mouths overlap. Silently suck on your bottom lip. I don't worry about being sexy, but I don't want to be crude either. Finding a balance before I scare you off. as my mind becomes firecracker skies, simmering into after smoke that tells me, yes, this just happened. Calm down and exhale. I want my body to be a brave space, yet also know it is a privilege to find freedom in your God given existence. So for my birthday, I curate my hunger for you into intimacy minus the need for clothes to gain wings. I want to share breathing room, come up for air and eye contact, ask over and over and over and over and over. Is this what you want? For as much as I roar for your love, I refuse to detract from what God calls you to be. This ain't that power couple bullshit either. I'm good with us laying low as we eviscerate every hint of hoarding in our household so white walls are colored by melanin moans manifested not from jackrabbit bust, but from our lips being tortoise toward the other's racetrack. Till one says stop. Then, eyes closed, chins on shoulders, silence, tears, faith in finding someone to be alone with, even if the term being alone with someone makes no goddamn sense. Neither does love. Yet, we believe anyway. For my birthday, I need to know. I need to know that you love me. There we go. Thank you so much, y'all. Let me just check real quick, because not only are we streaming from our YouTube channel, we also are streaming from our Facebook. So I want to make sure we're not leaving anybody out. Let me just check the chat right here. Our brand ambassador, the Ism, has jumped into the chat. Thank you so much for coming through. I see Noel. I see V Lioness who is watching. Let's check the Facebook a bit. We are streaming from Facebook as well. So I just want to make sure we are acknowledging everybody. Thank you so much for joining us at this time, y'all. So now that I've warmed up the stage, literally and figuratively, let's get into the open mic list. I've already warned our performers. I kind of go a little bit random. So listen out for your names and always be prepared, because once again, adapt or perish. With that said, round one, verse. First up on the open mic list, one of many artists that I've met on the Clubhouse audio app. More on that later. But please give it up at this time right now for Saint Sankofa.
Good evening, sir. How you doing? Can you hear me? Okay. Sean, are you waiting for me?
Oh no, you can get started.
Oh, I was like, what is going on? All right, the piece is called Going Bald. My bald head. It is not sexy, it is sad. It is not distinguished. It is a depressing reminder of the day I sat in a barbershop chair minding my black gay ass business as I tend to do until my day was disrupted by a cut too deep. You can never know the stress of a black gay man in a barber shop unless you have been one, trapped by necessity in a space where toxic masculinity has the softest touch, smells like Creed cologne, sometimes rubs his nuts on your knuckles on the arm of the chair on the low and cuts a mean temple fade, but usually brags of bagging bad bitches before busting out a Bible to debate the black barbershop brigade, who are all conversant in holiness and hoes about whether or not homosexuality is a sin. And then the conversation takes a turn when one unlucky nigga, too sugar in the foot, too flip in the wrist, or just too not toxic, leaves the arena and becomes the conversation. A predictable refrain in the domain of the insecure who are not quite sure if desiring dick is a good thing or bad, but it's probably just safest to talk shit about faggots anyway to keep niggas from looking at me funny. His presence, body, and blackness within said legibly queer body clearly creates a problem amongst his audience of peers who disown him and all his kind for not being black enough, by way of black manhood must always be masculine, and black manhood must always be straight, and black manhood must always be intimidating, must always anticipate the ever-changing demands placed on it by everyone except for the people who actually have to live the shit. So I heard them say, hey, look. Mark, keep cutting. James had, you know the one, James with the sibling S's and the slight swish in his hips, James with the high fashion everything, James with the ladylike lilt in his voice, he who walks like a woman and does not hide himself. Mark, keep cutting. James, hey, you gonna fuck around and get that goddamn AIDS. Mark, know that nigga got AIDS. You cut their hair, you got to goddamn soak your shit for 2 weeks to get it out the blades. James. And in the silence of the seconds that follow, I have to decide if I am a man. Am I strong enough to be James in the moment when James cannot be himself? Am I principled enough to speak truth to power in this pit of vipers and tell them how Jesus loves the little children, but God hates every asshole? So half a haircut in, I remember the words, your silence will not save you, and begin to go in. First the fuck of all, take this motherfucking cape off me. I am not a savior, superhero, or any fictional thing. I am the metaphor made flesh, of blood, of black. I sing a queer of color song, a blues ballad for my brother, the one who couldn't be here to defend himself, the one who breaks his back to buy the things he needs, the one you weaponize by way of what he bleeds. Let me paint the fucking picture for you. It begins at home for us. Put favorite jeans on, quickly take them off. Too tight, too skinny, too attention, too gay. Loose is love. Cover thin frame with flashless rags. Reach deeper into your esophagus for bass tones. Manipulate your mouth to say the things that you detest. This test does not end until the village priest has done cutting you. In ritual, in rite of passage to blackness, to black manhood. This is ritual. It is death and resurrection. It is trust, touch, and unacknowledged intimacy. It is violence at the edge of a razor blade. It is worship and admiration of the man I am made in the hands of another man who feasts on my masculinity or vomits me out the village. Sit silently in the corner, avoid eye contact, laugh when apropos. Notice the nigga on the other side of the barbershop trying to give you the eye on the low. Turn off your app alarms. Turn ears off as mothers, daughters are disrespected as bitches, hoes, pussy poppers, flatbackers, and worse. Rehearse the low throat throttle maneuver you practice to make yourself sound like an acceptable man. Jump between Jesus and jailhouse, code switch, save face, be black enough, not gay. That's the way James enters your fucking space. With that kind of already diminished dignity and fighting for his life to give his money to a motherfucker who lacks humanity enough to be grateful and leave people the fuck alone. So I sat in my car and I cried for at least 30 minutes or more. Morning ritual gone wrong and village burned to black ash, and decided that day to start shaving my head bald to spare myself the violence of brothers. Because sometimes black boys can't even get a fucking haircut in peace. Poem.
Jesus Christ. It was the last line for me. Awesome work, man. And whoo, man. I can tell by the chat. I think you got I don't know what the words are called, a soulmate or a spiritual brother in the chat. Shout out to the ism, fellow bald-headed brother. Like, yo, that was a powerful way to start, man. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell us where we can find you.
You can catch me on Instagram. I am Saint_Sankofa. You can catch me on Facebook, Altariq Robertson, Roberson. I'm also on Clubhouse. I am, who am I on Clubhouse? Tariq Saint Sankofa on Clubhouse. I host a poetry room every Wednesday, an open mic called Fourth Period Poetry from 12 o'clock to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Would love to see and hear from any of you out there that can join us.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. We'll definitely be in touch soon, man. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Most welcome. Starting off hot already, y'all. We're going to keep it moving right along to someone that I met on TikTok, actually, and reached out to about tonight's show. I'm glad she is with us here tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up to the stage, please welcome Blue Poetries. Blue, you muted?
Just like being a teacher every day. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. The floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This poem is dedicated to anyone who's ever said teachers are overpaid babysitters. Teachers don't only provide a diverse curriculum that is inclusive of all races, creeds, colors, religions, and orientations. We coach their after-school practices: baseball, football, dance, fencing, soccer, volleyball, track, badminton. Yeah, that too. We feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner, and in-between snacks, and make sure they drink their water, not from the fountain, because God forbid, but from the bottles we keep under our desks. We have closets full of clothes for when they have accidents or interviews. With us, they learn that resumes should never be over a page long, how to dress for those interviews, and the proper way to shake hands and give eye contact without being creepy. We take care of cuts, scrapes, concussions, and now temperatures and vaccines. We are the keepers of their secrets: who's in the closet, who's out the closet, who's got a crush on who hates who went out with who, and who did what with who. We go over safety for the bus, for crossing the street, for driving a car as the driver and as the passenger. We aid the blind, the hearing impaired, the high functioning and the low functioning, those with physical challenges and those with mental challenges. We offer every kind of free counseling that there is: mental health, body positivity, nutrition, college prep, career planning, money matters, including but not limited financial stability and balancing checkbooks, and hygiene, because Lord knows they need it. We tell them if they're going to be sexually active to be smart and use protection. And by the way, watch this video on sexually transmitted diseases, teen pregnancy, and drug and alcohol prevention. We get them to stop bullying. We get them to stop bullying. We embrace the truants, the delinquents, the ones who come late to class, the ones who hide in the lunchroom, even the ones who curse us out on a regular basis. We explain the difference between your and your, there, and there, to, and to. And to put capitals at the beginning of sentences and periods on the end. We demonstrate when to say please and thank you, may I versus can I, and I'm sorry, with a smile or a straight face, and mean it. We instruct them how to care about climate, their communities, and even wildlife. We fill out recommendation letters, complete reference forms, sign off on job applications and community service projects. We shield them during fire drills, lockdowns, and threats to our building. We encourage them to ask questions, to be curious about the world around them, to conduct their own research, because not everything written is gospel. We show them how to appreciate and respect all cultures, that Black lives do in fact matter, and that every human being deserves their basic civil rights. We hand out compliments, encouragement, and praise more often than Band-Aids, loose change, tampons, pens, or paper. We teach them to walk with their heads held high, to be confident in all that they do, to know their self-worth, to face challenges, to never give up on their dreams, and to have pride in their abilities. I hope y'all were taking notes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And shout outs to my fellow former colleagues, yourself included, in the education field right now. I alluded to the fact that this week was when everything changed on my end. before my last teaching year was done, and just seeing everything that was to come. The fact that you're still there and you're doing what you can and just having that insight, I just want to say thank you for your continued work and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Tell people where they can find you at this time.
You can find me on TikTok as Blue Poetress. You can find me on Instagram, Blue Poetress Speaks. You can find me on YouTube, Blue Poetress Speaks, and on the now infamous Clubhouse at When Penn Speak, part of Oxtail and Champagne, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, I definitely got to find you on there now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll chalk it up soon. Please do follow her, y'all. She's doing a lot of great work, especially if you are on Clubhouse. Moving right along, we're going to keep things rolling. We just wanted to check the chat real quick, see what people are saying at this time. Kind of blowing up on both ends right now. Let me see. Kaya is saying wash hands. Miss Lady showing some love. V-Line is saying thank you for sharing. Cy Brian said shout outs to Miss White, my Spanish teacher that taught me about life. V-Line is also showing love to Blue and all the other good teachers. Just a lot of love being shown at this time. So we are going to keep things moving as of this moment. By the way, as you're watching this, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, feel free to send a donation to our Cash App at EvoluCulture. This goes back into making sure the business keeps up and running, so we can continue giving programming such as this. Moving right along, and that is EvoluCulture. EvoluCulture. Follow us. Catch these vibes. Moving right along, let's bring up an individual that I met when he was doing an event in New York. And we kept in touch with each other ever since. So I'm glad that he is here. I admire his heart and spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Noel.
Hey, peace, Sean. How you doing tonight? Glad to be here tonight.
Absolutely, man.
Right.
The floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. This piece I'm going to share tonight is called Falling Into You. Just when I thought I've matured enough, my life took another turn into deeper realms of maturity. Into the deepest aspects of love, I ventured off, for I gained enough confidence to open up my heart freely. This only proves that life is a continuous process of maturing and learning. You can only cease the process if you choose to do so, but I choose to keep learning. For you see, when I made myself pliable to gain knowledge and understanding, I allowed my heart to be molded into your hands. I allowed my soul to wrap itself around yours. I allowed my spirit to free itself of any dead weight. The past doesn't count anymore. What matters is where I stand today and where I plan to be tomorrow. I step into this moment falling into you. I fall into you so you and I can be one. It's not like falling in love. You don't fall in love. Love is acquired like a fine wine. Ernest and Julio Gallo fine, that's prepared carefully in California wine country, where it's prepared just right before it even touches the bottle. Let our love be this fine and tasteful, where every sip is as good as the first one. I fall into that secret place where when all hell breaks loose, all that matters is that I am in your arms and you are in mine, where we know we belong to one another, where our minds can be in the perfect peace that passes all understanding. I'm falling into you unbridled and carefree, but not careless, not recklessly, but fearless, not foolishly, but cautious. I stand with you, declaring my commitment, defining my contentment, and demonstrating my capability of making the right choices. So I stand on the threshold of the rest of my life, lovingly and willingly falling into you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Noel. Always great to hear from you, and just catching up with you at this time, man. Let people know what you got going on at this moment, where they can find you.
Thanks, Sean. You can find me on Instagram at @TheAnointedPen, and also I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube under Poets with Purpose.
Please do follow that group, y'all. Thank you so much, Noel. We'll definitely catch up soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Have a good one. Thank you.
Absolutely. Whew. Moving right along, y'all. Thank you so much. I'm always excited, super excited once we get to this point and the show starts. I just feel a lot better. And I hope you are feeling the same as we watch, as you experience Evolution Dopen Mic and EvoluCulture Venger here on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe so that we can get closer to 300 subscribers. Those in the public chat, if you are part of the open mic list, hop on the StreamYard link so that you can join us backstage now. At this time, we're going to kick things over to someone, actually two people that I haven't seen in a long ass time back to back. And for me, they go back to my days in New Brunswick where I was cutting my teeth as a poet. Shout outs to Verbal Mayhem at Rutgers, New Brunswick, and all the people that I met through there who have just been titans in their own end. I think to start off, we're going to stay Jerseyfied before it gets too late, and it's after 9. If we need to speak, let's do it after 9. After 9. Time is on mine after 9. And if you know or recognize that piece, you know who's coming up next. The individual who gave me my very first feature when he hosted the Reactivation series. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Ware, aka Jargon.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you, man. It's been forever. So I'm going to keep this short because I guess I only have 5 minutes. But thank you for having me. It's been a minute since I've been to an open mic. So I love this. So I'll start with a piece called Modern Day Celebrity. I'm a modern day celebrity. Why? Because when I die, you won't remember me. I won't be recorded in recent histories. It'll take centuries for storms even mention me. I won't be remembered. I won't be remembered. My ancestors, the slaves, were shipped to the home of the brave where they happen to be the bravest. Architecturally sound, they built this country from the ground up. A nation built on racial inequality, horrible committed atrocities. A nation built on the motto meant all men are created equal, yet some men are more equal than others. And I inherited their unheard fame, couldn't receive their names. There, or anywhere are their graves. They were highly overworked workers who were underpaid and undermined in the books of psychologists. I think you get the gist. Well, I am here to their misrepresentation. You see, I'm a modern day celebrity, nothing pretty. Smell me now because I won't be around to be remembered. You won't miss me, you jip me, shortchange me, skip me in line, rearrange me, don't kiss me. I have not been introduced with sweet fragrances. After a flower, I will burn. It's not my turn. When I talk, you don't want to learn. My problems churn in the bowels of this country. I have many names. One is friendly. A dozen roses is not what you send me. I'm a million blue-collar workers getting dirty from the work of hard manual labor. And I'm also a teacher with the Bible in my right arm and a textbook in my next. Yes, I'm an extraordinary, peculiar person put in these ordinary circumstances, which makes me a modern-day celebrity. Why? Because when I die, you won't remember me. I won't be recording in recent history. It'll take centuries for stories even mention me. I won't be remembered. I won't be remembered. Thank you. So I just have 2 more. One is Ode to a Nanny, and one is dedicated to my wife. So this is Ode to a Nanny. 5 a.m. The sun is up, but it's not shining. It's hiding in her hemisphere. She puts slippers on first, arranges discussions with her inner fashion consultant, hidden in her closet behind her yellow dress, her blue clothes. She gets dressed in a rush, not that she's in a rush, up from the basement, hush past the bedrooms, out the front door first. Her umbrella met rain, palms palming the handle, beckoning parasol strolls on island beaches, unsuccessful. Her steps rehearse step, refusing involuntary reversal. There are puddles, shallow portals, shadows provide company into liquid states. She is not who she will be, she is who she thinks she can be. She waits on the bus transportation station. She waits, hands at waist, measuring waist, figuring fat to waist, pinpointing the right weight. She waits. On the bus is a seat waiting next to a man wasting his weight with toxic waste. With haste, he seeks his dying days and wants her to join the race. She befriends transportation. Her feet aren't pretty anymore. She can't wait till money comes. She'll waste it on a pedicure, but her vanity keeps her sanity. Of that I am very sure. The bus waits for a stop. She hops on her feet. Her bones feel the weight. She feels her waist. She feels her center. Wishes there was a beginning. Wishes she wasn't wasting her future. Her future is a present, presently unwrapping. Waste paper drops. Wishes they were white petals. Wishes crumple. She stumbles into perfectly oval puddles, placed neatly on street. Wipes her messy feet. Looking at the welcome mat, she reluctantly opens the front door. And this is my last poem called Love in 4 Parts, dedicated to my wife, Gia Ware, who I met at Montclair, which is dope. Shout out to Montclair State University. Love in 4 parts. 1, I saw you on the bus, but you weren't on the bus. It was just your image. Imagined I would never meet you, but then I met you. I tried to impress you, but I don't think I impressed you. Love was planted. Love was waiting. 2, I saw you at the gig that I wasn't supposed to be on. It was double booked. What a great book for me. Imagine we could be friends, but then you left. I tried to press you to do some recordings. You wanted me to practice with you, but we barely did any of those things. Love was digging deeper. Love was weighing. 3, I saw you at the mall, but wasn't sure it was you. It was you, so I was just excited because if I wasn't, that would have been embarrassing. Imagine that you were happy to see me. Your smile that day, I can still remember. I tried to contain myself, but couldn't. After we met, I let out a shout for joy. You were back, and it felt like I finally met you. After that day, we became closer. It was so great to have you back, but then I had to go to Oakland. When I came back, it was you and I every day. Love was rooted. Love was waiting. 4, I saw you at the altar, a woman filled to the brim with all the things I ever wanted. You managed to be humble and awesome all at the same time. It still amazes me. Imagine that we would travel and go places we never gone, and we did. We've been through so much in a short amount of time. Every day I'm learning new things. Every day I want to be with you. Every day you're the one for me. Places have a new meaning now, like Richmond, Miami, Montreal, the District of Columbia. All the tears of sadness and joy mean everything to me. All the hugs and kisses are fuel for tomorrow. All our arguments are funny looking back at them. I am happy we always return and forgive. We always choose to make it right, to heal the wounds after a fight. Life spent with you is well spent. It's a cup of bent spoon ice cream. It's the rush of skydiving that you will never do. It's worth more than anyone could ever buy. Love was planted. Love was waiting. Love was digging deeper. Love was weighing. Love was rooted. Love was waiting. Love is cemented. Love is where we are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jargon. It's been way too long since I heard you, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Let us know what you got going on right now, man.
So I got a lot of fires going on right now, but you can find me anywhere like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Jargon's Mic, JARGONS Mic, MIC. And you can especially catch me on Spotify if you just type in Leah, LEAH, Jonathan Ware. And that's my new single coming from my EP I'm trying to drop before the end of the year called On the Road. So you can catch me those places. Yeah, shout out to Montclair State. Shout out to Verbal Mayhem. Shout out to New Brunswick. Shout out to Somerset. Shout out to everyone. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. We'll definitely catch up. And I'm definitely going to check out the single, man, and add it to our Spotify playlist for EvoluCulture. Any former features or open mic regulars, we add to that list so much Jersey artistry in there. So I'm definitely gonna add that to the playlist. It is public.
I gotta check
so
that out.
You're on Spotify, y'all. Check out EvoluCulture Ventures on Spotify so you get a sense of who we work with. And when we talk about ascended artistry, this is what we're talking about. Jargon, I will catch up with you soon, man.
All right, take care.
No doubt. All right. Keeping in with the old school vibes on my end. Oh, man. I swear, one of the first big events that I did with the pandemic was actually his mixtape event. And I felt it was an honor when he reached out to me in regards to being a part of it. And I'm just glad to be, you know, amongst that circle. He is one of the members. If y'all remember the Justice League, you recall this individual. I gotta let the work speak for itself. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, D.S. Will.
Peace, peace, family. It is indeed a blessing to be invited by you to share your stage, beautiful creation, giving people the opportunity to express themselves even with the pandemic. So continue blessings, continue growth, and continue evolution.
Thank you, sir. The floor is yours.
This piece is called Push. As far back as I can remember, I've been pulled from left to right, to where center of attention felt left without rights, left hand-me-down compliments that didn't seem to fit quite right. So instead of rabbits, I pull all-nighters out of thinking caps, trying to rid myself of angles in order to fit in someone else's social circle. Imagine 300 degrees of separation push you to the outskirts. Without hurt, it would have been impossible for me to write all the pain that I had left. So I push through the right of ways, and I become determined that my forward process would depend on my progress. So even if you turn me around, it just means that my progress will depend on my forward process. Objects may appear a bit closer than most, so I rock 3D rear view mirror glasses to know what I have left in neutral, shift first and second gears of war to push me through thoughts that tend to hold me over like a jump off on hump day. But some days I'm just waiting to see a checkered flag in hopes that you can wave at me. But I push through the fourth wall and I use the remains to construct a school of thought so these words can finally play outside of recess. But I get so tempted in pressing the reset button in this game of life, so I push through the glass ceiling and use the shards to make sure it's as sharp as my wit. You see, Dad told me to hit him hard and hit him often. Continue to utilize these punchlines and make that hard life soften. That would be the key for you to free verse and continue to serve this food for thought on silver platters. But I refuse to be a butler in anyone's mansion. So I need you to push as if there isn't an option for a C-section. So even when you don't feel whole, never let the world just see you in sections. I'd rather you spit till your saliva glands burst open and the droplets drip in the ocean, making you forget that the sea had sections. Because if I didn't capture your attention with the first AB or the second AB, will you really give a fuck by the time I reach the C section? See, let me let you in on a little secret. This isn't just a performance. This is a therapy session. Every time that the ink bus from Original Thoughts Incubus, I swear us artists have to pierce ourselves with the blood hit the stage and you realize that there's ink in us, and it creates a Rorschach. So what do you see? I see those pushing as if their life is scripted by Sapphire, but Lord knows I could never be that precious. But why must Black suffering be placed on cinema reels in cheap-ass attempts at authenticity? Let's stop sweeping mental anguish underneath a carpet that is labeled taboo, because I can assure you there is a middle ground between the Evans and the Huxtables. Preach about it in these buildings that resemble Manhattan high-rise instead of drowning the crowd with incessant talks of tides, because some of our family tides aren't current, and unfortunately that water isn't used for baptisms. It should be used for immersing the minds of those who have detoured on the highway to success, still trying to reach that third eye vision, but they possess that cracked windshield. Some are still pulling and judging without honor, picking up the tab for those avoided dates with karma. I become Percy Jackson, yielding lightning, putting shine on my space, changing Agent Orange into yellow, but I understand If the spine on the book of life is a bit crooked, that's what tends to happen when your focus suffers from scoliosis, or death meets you in the cemeteries, giving the truest meaning of on your heels in life after death. You pull right when there's nothing left. Pull tight when you're loose in Sunday's best. Pull over because you're the wrong color. Pull under because crabs are considered brothers. Pull through because classes were a bit too challenging. Pull up when the noose begins to fast, and drop the ED. And currently, some of us are still pulling through this way of life. If you've learned nothing, please make sure that you tattoo the one-word mantra on the back of your neck when you remove the barcode in order for your soul not to be sold. And that's the push. And peace.
Do you see what in the West hell I mean, people? Good Lord. DS, thank you so much for sharing, man. Let them know where we can find you and what you got going on.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. Follow me on my YouTube page under DS Will. I'm also on IG under If You Won't DS Will, one term. Facebook is DS Will as well. And I should have some information for an upcoming performance. I'm actually in Raleigh, North Carolina now. I'll be performing at the Garner Performing Arts Center on April 1st. We'll be streaming live from that Performing Arts Center as well. Again, blessings to you, King, and thank you for having me on your platform, and blessings to all the poets who are on so far and who will be doing.
Thank you so much, man. Truly appreciate you. Always good to hear from you. We're going to chop it up very, very soon, man.
Yes,
Catch up with you later. Oh, man. As y'all can see, that actually concludes round one of Evolution Dopen Mic. Those in the public chat, if you are watching and you are to be on round two and you didn't hop on the StreamYard yet backstage, do so now. If you did and if you have already, drop your name in the private chat so we can get that in order. I am already a time bomb, conscious enough to cut its own wires. Do not be what expedites a countdown I am trying to halt from hitting alignments of zeros. Otherwise, the nuclear wind will be no one's fault but yours, in a place where it is better for the community to bleed out and burn down than stand on the shoulders of monsters and apologists. Bleed out, burn down every soil of safe space where monsters and apologists congregate near planted seeds. This soil of safe space harbors bats in need of a pat, while a congregation of planted seeds grows into deep-rooted excuses. Say no more to harboring bats whose soft spines are massaged. Fully grown, these deep-rooted excuses must be ripped from the ground. Then we can celebrate a new harvest. Learn to lean on no one's shoulders but God's and each other's. Worship what better rebirths community in this forest of bricks. My bad, y'all. I had to get that out of my system. This is what the first round did to me. We still got 2 more rounds to go, plus our feature, Miss MWIKALI Words. This is Evolution Dopen Mic, ladies and gentlemen. But this is not the only show that we got going on here at EvoluCulture Ventures. Again, our goal is to hold space for artists and art lovers who need it. To show more why of that, do me a favor and catch this ad.
Join EvoluCulture on YouTube every 3rd Saturday of the month. We take a ride through the music industry with the ism and we go off the mic. His guest this week, DJ and producer Vespertine. Off the mic with the ism. Powered by EvoluCulture.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Ism with his show, Off the Mic, a talk show for those who are in the music industry. Not only do you get the lowdown on everything music that's been going on, and trust me, a lot's been going on the past couple of months. Not only do you have the Black business shout outs, but you also have the features. Those that Ism feels like he wants to bring to the spotlight a lot more in the name of independent artistry. This time it is DJ and producer Vespertine. So definitely check Off the Mic with the Ism out next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, here on the EvoluCulture YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. We got to get to 300 subscribers, y'all, by April 30th. Off the Mic with the Ism, another EvoluCulture venture. Catch these vibes. All right, let me check something over here. All righty. We're going to get started with round. Oh, wait. My bad. I got to do this right. Round 2. Verse. Kicking off round 2, someone that was on round 1 last time we were at Evolution, another person I met through Clubhouse. Please welcome back Miss Lady.
Hey, so glad to be back.
Great to have you here. The floor is yours, madam.
Thank you. Piece I'm going to do is called Dying to Live. I'm dying to live, ready to be progressive, impressive, ready to enjoy life, ready to finally give. Parts of me hidden away by plenty of deceptive perception, inaccurate suggestions, inappropriate questions, and therein lies the reason I remain a mystery, but I'm trying real hard to give away this key to me. Logic pauses in the face of desirable fantasies. Reality shifts to dimensional reason. Traitors convince my heart to commit acts of treason, and I'm supposed to take this line down? Not even. But wait, I'm dying to live. While I live, dying. Somehow, through all the trials and mess, I think I just stopped trying. I live to prevent defeat from proverbial weapons of mass destruction by exhausting, begged, borrowed, and stolen resources. And you think you're the only one who had to sacrifice? Each of us did. I am a shadow of my former self, existing only through the breeze, whispering through trees, silently amassing a radioactive techno-biogerm warfare base. How detrimental could that be? I blame people invited into the circle who had malicious intentions. They are a living, breathing testament to my mad scientist invention. So now, when one penetrates the force field, there's an immediate correction. My intentional purpose is to stir up confusion. Gotta keep keeping them guessing. And they call me cold, label me heartless. Say I make a living out of not being able to care any less. They scream like fans for an answer. Well, here it is. I'm struggling to remain carefree and painless. I'm dying to live. Through web-spun egotistical deceit that promised to be the end of me, resulting in shortened, passionate, love-filled breaths, asthmatic reactions, inhibiting innate abilities to breathe. The Facebook status of my mental state is predictable fragility. It toes the line of the bridge, ready to dive in head over feet. I live in a constant phase of feeling high. My brain moves at frequencies that cannot be seen by the naked eye. Attention span shorter than a goldfish. I cannot submit to blatant mediocrity in the fans. They want to know why. Twisted spectral illusions creep in silence, trained to permeate the pores and the shreds of sanity. My nerves are sharp, ragged, on edge, and I'm still waiting for the one arm with the right tools and ability to talk me off the ledge. But disappointments mount simultaneously with frustrating consequences. Demons skulk in the shadows, contemplating how to make me feel blessed less. I wish I could spray these negative connotations with rid, but in the meantime, yeah, you guessed it, I'm just dying to live. National treasury of me lies empty. The bank of me, myself, and I is devoid of positive balances. The emotional net worth should be duly noted in mythology. My bottom line is coded in red. I overdrew my account, ignored good advice, and made risky investments instead. And so now I owe. And now I know the source of my struggle. And that's why I can understand that all of this happened while I've been living to die. But if I can look past what I did and extend to those who trespass against me my ability to forgive, then bitterness will find no residence here, because I found my way and now I'm dying to live. Thank you for having me. I'm Miss Lady.
Thank you so much for sharing once again. I always appreciate just your support overall and just your energy. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me again.
Let us know where we can find you at this time.
I am on Instagram. It's _Miss_Lady. And you know I'm on Clubhouse in those Clubhouse streets at Stay Zen.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely link up again. There's a couple rooms going on, so I'll probably hop on after our show is done here. So
you know we always in the streets. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Oh man. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Evolution Dopen Mic. Once again, the rehab edition. We are in a state of rehabilitation around the clock. I'm just glad to see y'all here, see y'all healthy and just getting through everything. So we're going to keep things moving right now to our next open micer. And coming to the stage is someone, child. You know what? I'm gonna let her speak for herself. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, give it up one time for another person I met through Clubhouse. Please welcome to the stage, Rita.
Hi.
Rita, was good.
Everything's all right. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. The floor is yours.
All right. You must be drunk and dizzy with despair, to shake your fists at the heavens and curse at the air, to question God about what is and is not fair, to lay down your armor and lay your pain so bare. I know, because I have been there. Being broken-hearted, broken soul, broken faith only means I ain't got shit left to break. They took all there was to take. The demons assembled at this funeral wake. So fear has no claim to stake. The coward was prosecuted as a hero, and the hero was prosecuted as a coward. Every piece of me was divided and devoured. Every emotion was slowly exposed and overpowered. I was turned to dust and reborn. The battle raged and I was transformed. The dirt beneath my feet became hollowed ground. The shackles shattered that had me bound. The will to fight was lost and finally found. The echo of that battle cry became the only sound. You see, a heart can never break in the exact same way. Strength gained in a battle of trial by fire will never decay. But this secret, solitary victory, there is no one here to shout hooray. There'll be no celebration, no ticker tape parade. I'm living alone in my skin. Standing before you, I'm a different woman than I have ever been. I only claim ancient warriors as kin. This is where my story begins. because I had two choices placed at my feet, to lay down and die or stand up and spit in the eye of defeat. In the midst of all of this tragedy, I know my triumph will be discreet. It will always be more bitter than it is sweet. But that is what happens when you and destiny finally meet. So I'll march on. I'll carry these scars where no one can see. But to speak the truth, they'll often carry me. And that's peace.
It stays being the voice for me.
You're the best. Thank you.
Absolutely. Tell us where we can find you at this time and everything that you got going on.
You can find me on Clubhouse, the New Addiction, Rita ZZ, and that's the only place I ever do poetry.
Absolutely. And shout outs to we've been in a couple of rooms. I don't even remember the first room that I met you in. I want to say it was Taylor she done got me tongue twisted. Taylor's Erotica Poetry Night. Shout outs to Taylor Tales.
Yeah, definitely.
So Rita, it's great to see you face to face finally, and I hope all is well. And we shall speak soon. And thank you so much for sharing tonight. Absolutely. Woo! So, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more. Let me just check the chat real quick. This is the group chat. This is the group chat. This is the chat room going on YouTube right now. Ism saying it's another fire night. Yeah, Ism, you got a commercial for Off the Mic. That's gonna be a dope episode. I know for fact. V-Line is driving and listening. Y'all are amazing poets. Hope you're being safe out there. Miss Lady done dropped back into the chat. V-Line is definitely a fan of Rita. Many people are a fan of Rita. Dragon saying thanks for the love as well. And I see that we've gained some followers as the show continues on. So thank you for joining us and thank you for subscribing. Again, our goal is to get the 300 subscribers by April 30th, the end of National Poetry Month, and keep that subscriber account growing from there. That definitely helps us grow in terms of what content we are presenting and who is seeing it and what the channel can be for us as an organization. For those who don't know, EvoluCulture Ventures is an integrated media and performing arts org based in Newark, New Jersey. Our goal to raise artists, to hold space for artists and art lovers who need it. We've been doing this for 6 years so far. This October will make it number 7. And to see what other programming that we got going on, do me a favor and catch this ad. Yeah, I jumped the gun. Here we go.
Join EvoluCulture every first Saturday of the month. Founder and CEO of EvoluCulture, Sean Battle, interviews some of the rising stars in poetry with our talk show and performance series, Next Up. Check out last week's episode with spoken word artist and curator of the series, When Women Speak, Amira Shabazz Bilal. Next Up, powered by EvoluCulture.
Thank you very much. Shout out to our general manager, Don Krypton, for putting those commercials together. And next up was actually the first bit of pandemic programming that, excuse me again, Jesus Christ. Next up was the first piece of pandemic programming that we put together as a way to keep the brand going, even though we couldn't do in-person events. It was a sign of things to come in regards to how we move differently as an organization. And due to the launch of Off the Mic, Next Up has been repurposed to where it is now exclusively for poets. The last interview I did is up on our YouTube channel with Mama Amira Shabazz Bilal. A great conversation with another fellow educator who just inspires me and inspires others. And, you know, the late Dr. Jerry Gant talks about documenting everything. She definitely does with her camera. So to get a sense of just that conversation, do check out that video. There will be some rebranding in regards to that show in the coming months, starting in April a little bit with National Poetry Month. We are moving from, I'll just say it, we're moving from a live option, a live streaming option with the show into something that's more pre-recorded. And that next interview will be with another one of my mentors, if you will, Dr. Tara Batts. We're moving towards that format to kind of streamline some things going forward. There's other surprises regarding that show that we will announce later on. So if you want to keep up with it, make sure to subscribe to EvoluCulture on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Moving right along, we have one more for round 2 that we're going to bring up. Let me just check the chat real quick. Okay. So, last one for round 2, and then we're going to get into our feature for the evening, Miss MWIKALI Words, followed by round 3. So if you are watching right now in the public chat room and you are in round 3, please do start to log in so that we can set up for round 3. And peace to those who've already done so. With that said, next up on the open mic, let me make sure I get this right. I feel like I'm going to get it wrong and I apologize. Okay. Please welcome to the stage, Oyana.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So yeah, Naya.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you. I will get it right. And I love the hoodie, by the way.
Thank you.
Most welcome. The floor is yours.
All right. In the beginning, wait, can I breathe? Again, I've been trying to write a poem for 3 years. Exaggerated, sure, but at least I've been celibate for that long. Again, exaggerated. But 12 reduces down to 3. And you know that they tell celibate women to read the Bible to quell any urge to be a sinner. Again, born again. I wanted to become a saint, but all I had was my tub and a basin full of salt water. It melted my muscles into the fluid necessary to light the fire next time. I studied the greats, Baldwin, Angelo. Muhammad Ali made me believe I was the greatest at my city, 502. And Homeland and God were the greatest of all time. And I was baptized, again, under the name Osunayaru. And there are names too sacred to voice aloud, such as, and Jah met me on the other side of the waterfall. Naya Dream, Cocoa Bean. Location, Playa del Carmen, Riviera Maya. Don't forget to come and pick up your feelings. Jasmine Sullivan. Where did I leave my feelings last? I've been grabbed a hold of so often it took everything for me not to call out Cristofero. I only fear one living man, and he is Christ himself. And Solomon is needy, in cahoots with David, the King of Kings, and I am his woman, known by many names written into obscurity. I mean, if we can be honest with one another, as I know we can and will be now, who the hell is Queen of Sheba? That could be anyone. Me llama Yaya. ¿Tú hablas español? No. I see. Maybe you will know Se llamo Yayo by the name of Golden Boy. Brandon, is it? Southern Tennessee honey whiskey. Fine. He got a Cherokee nose, like I think he's soul mine. He likes to drink and play with money. My preference is tequila agave. That makes me hum and strum until I'm a little less lonely. We ain't met yet. Nesta. You know? Abatala Marele Luna. Olu. Flight. I don't know who keeps waking me up at 4 a.m. Maybe the ocean, maybe death, maybe Micaiah the bishop begging me to outrun the fire of this time. Maybe the doctor or the witch telling me it will stop hurting if I unclench my fist. Maybe it's the glaucoma in my right eye. Maybe the man with the soul shining, hand outstretched from the source of light. Sometimes, most times, the hours roll away, but para me, the flightless rock, floats back home just the same. Maybe I will grow wings to fly back to my home in the sky. Maybe I won't have to die to know paradise. Gracias. Yeah.
Yo. First of all, I'm just peeping the chat right now, and so many people, the storytelling skills, the gestures and language skills. Like, yo, you just stole the show at this point in time. Let me hear your name one more time because I need to get this right. I'm sorry.
It's Oyanaya.
Oyanaya.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yo, thank you so much for sharing tonight. You were just a breath of fresh air. I just have to say that. Please do, let us know where we can find you and what you got going on.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm new here, so. But you can find me on Instagram at Osun, OSUN.AYA. You can find me on Clubhouse called Yaya Cherokee. So that's Cherokee with a J. And then also hoteps.com. That's my website. I'll put it in the chat because it's all different words, but HOTEP hotep-esque.com. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Absolutely. Please do drop that in the chat. We will definitely be in touch. I think I followed you on Clubhouse already. I'm going to make sure that I am, though.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, man. What a night so far. Let me check the group chats real quick. Just so much going on tonight. Miss Lady said, girl, check that in. We were saying that was fire. Hot damn. John gave me a shout out to my first book, Forest of Bricks. It's just thank y'all. It's just been a great night. Oh, Rita mentioned even the ads to dope. Thank you so much. I knew I forgot something when the last ad aired. So real quickly, EvoluCulture now has a sponsorship package. So if you are or know someone that has a business, if you know someone or have yourself have a book that you want to promote, an apparel line that you want to promote, if you also have programming that you want to promote on EvoluCulture programming, not only will we create ads like the ones you're seeing tonight for our programming, including Evolution Dopen Mic, but also we'll post you frequently on our social media pages, both in regular posts and in stories. If there's something that you want us to wear that we can mix in with our gear as well, we'll definitely do that. I'm saying that for myself, especially when I host events. So if you have any of that, it is a $25 monthly fee. If you are interested in that, please email EvoluCulture@gmail.com. All that will be dropped in the group chat. That is EvoluCulture@gmail.com. If you are interested in the sponsorship package, you can also inbox us on Instagram at EvoluCulture if you're interested as well, and we'll start the process there. But that is available. Let's help each other out. Simple as that. All right. If you are watching and you are part of round 3 and you did not or do this already, jump into the StreamYard link that I gave you and join the backstage so we can set up for round 3. But as that's going on, ladies and gentlemen, artists and arts lovers, it's time. It's time for our main event. There's so much I can say about this individual, her aura, her words, herself, just how powerful she is. as a performer, and I've known this from the first time I met her. Her book, tremendous to read, especially if you're looking for love in all of its facets. Ladies and gentlemen, she was interviewed by me on Next Up. She's been a part of us. If you watch the Lincoln Park Music Festival's Poetry Day that EvoluCulture curated, she was a part of that, and you're about to find out why. So, ladies and gentlemen, artists and art lovers, please welcome to the stage our featured artist of the evening, MWIKALI Words.
Good evening. I wanted to make sure we were unmuted there. I'm going to start with a piece called Therapy Homework / Declaration. She would write herself free, write herself wings. She would write the wrongs and the rites of passage that didn't warn her they were coming. She would write so they would know she wasn't running for escape. She was running for her place, her part, her scene, her act, her track, her eyes focused on prize. She would write for her life like every breath called her to now. She would write for her life like every breath called her to now. She would write, take up spear, call it pen. She would write, and hearts she hoped would mend. She would write, and heads would bend for prayer, and she would feel the work of her wingspan, would know a sudden flutter of the feathers she sung about but hadn't fully used. She would write and command the winds. She would write and lean into the miracle of this flight, and the prayers would be heard, and the answers would rival the request. Like God said, you tried to call on better, but try on best. She would write her dreams and say them with open to the sky chest. She would write and summon world's wonders. She would write, and the people would call it thunder, and she would know there would be rain. She would write, and there would be rain. She would be queen this new terrain, because her heart told her to, and her mind willed it, and her soul required it, and her love nourished it. And if God be for her, she would leave what was behind her, grateful. She would write the reminders, the reminders that would not let her fall or fail. Without finding the fragments could form the foundations of the future she was making. She would write. She would write. She would write. She would make this her best life. She would write, and it would be her best fight. Thank you. Whew. One moment on that one. So that piece was actually that was therapy homework. And I thought about the title of this show, Rehab, and the idea that we are in a constant state, I think, of healing ourselves, right? And trying over again to get it right. And so I consider that therapy. I consider that declaration. Yeah, no, I'm not done. Here we go. So I want to dedicate this next piece to all of you vibing and grooving on here tonight. I'm going to take another sip of this coffee because that took something out of me. Stay woke. It's a groove. Lights low, offering up an amber aura in the living room, letting there be lights, keeping the atmosphere appropriate for creation. Let there be lights. Wait till the night has nothing more to do than let you be with you and your thoughts and the couch you deem throne, that you might be properly propped for your crowning achievements. Let there be incense. Give me 1 second. Let there be incense to offer up smoke to pair with elevation. It's a groove. It's a move away from the fast-paced list of things to do and places to be. It's a chance to dance your gel ink across pages that have always been your safest spaces. It's a rhythm. The beat matches life song, matches the humming that happens when you take heart. The beat be breaking barriers around the brain and letting thought flow free. Mental soliloquy. It's a rhythm that rights the wrongs of the weak and puts strong hands to tense places and opens up a space for wings to grow when you're ready for them. Here, where candlelight provides enough fire to ignite an internal review on how you are, lets you be the star of your concerns, and congratulations on sometimes being the bright of the best constellations. You be a compilation of lights and love. Here you remember who you are and what this is. It's a groove. Stretch before you break into your newest move. Stretch. Growth begins with the stretching of muscle and mind, soul. Stretch. Flexibility makes for less fear. Stretch. And find yourself unfractured by the festivities, because it's a groove. It's a vibe. It's what victory feels like when you put the pieces of you back together again, and the bass from your deepest self booms, and the soprano of your soul breaks glass ceilings, and you find yourself flowing out of glasses half full into spaces once empty. Reciprocity be the rhythm, gratitude be the groove, life be the stage. You be the creators of the script on the page. Here you remember to act accordingly. And that's that piece. And while we keep the lights low, I want to acknowledge something that we view in our world, that we work through in our world. This piece is called The World. The world be so big and busy and small and tight and loud and broken and beautiful. Beautiful. If you tilt your head and look at it in the light, the world makes one wanna love and also fight, and fight for love and light and darkness too, because the eyes beg the rest. They beg the rest for the refresh. They beg the rest and beg the caress of sunlight. The retreat of night. Before the retreat of night, there is the sunlight, and the skin begs the caress. And I ain't been quite right or healed after reminders that a doctor who dared to also be Black can beg that the oath be for her too. Can have her cries denied like she be beyond pain or wounding, or be unworthy of the work it requires to ensure that Black women don't expire, because Black women be too strong. Black women be too magic. Black women who did it right, retrieved the education, became doctor, loved, lived, breathed, dared to breathe and strive, and could yet and still be denied care. The harm was done Oath be damned, harm was done, horror story plays on repeat. Woman doctor killed at the hands of doctors discriminating taste. See, imagine the audacity of believing that you could be Black and unwell, life-threateningly unwell, and expect no harm, no horror, no tragedy. I crack, I snap, I see my faith fall apart as things do. I rage inside and cry outside and try to remember hope in this broken world. I try to tilt my head to the side and see it beautiful. But my neck remembers the tilt too well, knows that the neck tilt also be for the trials that transform. See, and the trials transform. See, the trials look like traffic stops and worship service gone wrong, and the head tilts and the neck tries to survive the neckties and the right abbreviations and enough commendations and enough trophies and championships and enough. I've had enough. I'm not as tough as they will tell you we are. So that when they kill us, they can say we be strong enough to take it though. Strong enough to break, strong enough to be the collective back to stand on. But the thing is, if you break the back you stand on, won't you fall too? Which is to say, it ain't safe to break us. It ain't safe to break the Black, the brown, the marginalized, the lives that you cringe to hear matter. The plot gets fatter, the weight breaks the tilted neck that tried to see this big, busy, broken, loud, tight, broken world. Beautiful. And that's that piece. And yet, and still there is the love and the fight. And so this piece is for that. This piece is entitled The Royals and the Revolution. Yes, the people still wore crowns and did not sit down until justice was found, or unless they knew the rest of the royal crew would step up in their place. To look in their face was to look at the divine. And determined to look at their heart was to see the fires burning, breaking old chains, calling out the names of the royals. The royals made ancestors too soon, but this is the time of a new moon. The royals stand at the gate of corrupt gatekeepers and chant down walls, and the land trembles, and the hearts of royals everywhere beat up tempo, and the sound frees the bound and calls for justice from everywhere, and will not stop until made perfectly clear. The people sing a spear and wear a fierce sun. I heard the royals say, we have come for the revolution. And that's that piece. So as Sean noted, I definitely am one to write about, think about, reminisce on recreating the space of love. And so this piece is a newish piece, and I think that it's important to remind those that we love, not just of our love for them, but we need to remind ourselves of our love for ourselves. And part of that is being free and getting free. And that means different things to different people. But yes, this is a new piece called The Snow Falls. The snow falls quietly and thick and down on the waiting winter ground. Sugar powder dusting the ground, the occasional sounds of the wet streets whispering a prayer for safe travels into the wheels of passing cars. Grateful for today, because today, Antoine said, Miss, I don't really write, but today I'm excited about writing because you said I could write anything. What a thing. What a thing that anything be. She be a free dancing woman. An iridescent gown, glowing with glitter and sudden quiet glamour, glowing sudden. She could be anything, anything, be a child of freedom and liberty. Anything wears all the colors and all the patterns, and anything lives everywhere and is known. Where sand and to wear sand and wild free hair. That's where you could do anything. Snow-crusted boots, she laughs like a tickled child. When to speak of barriers, I laugh in the face of those her toes have tried. All the paths that she's desired, she's inspired. Waterfalls to thunder and sap to drip onto waiting fingers in service to ready lips and eager tongue. And I long for the sun of some island where I can say I live. And my love and me, we do anything. Because our father is freedom and our mother is liberty, and my love belongs with me. And we plan to part lips for kiss, for childlike laughter, and our hands will raise and wait. Longing fingers to touch like a falling snowflake on a steady branch. Your arms are like steady branches. Your eyes remind me of what romance is. I have waited for you. And not known to predict you. You will flame, you free warrior, you sweet sun, you fierce flower, you river, you flow, you know. And knowledge is power, and this world is ours for the blessing and birthing and unearthing and unlearning and reverbing. And this world is for the slow song that starts a fast heart and a high heat. And we don't retreat, we eat the feast that solidifies us. We love with strong trust. We love, we like, we lust. We east and west. You sweeten the south. I climb the north. We adventure. You won't ever forget my name. You won't never ever be no game. I set my grandma down to grow my gratitude. Take her out with her ankles showing and unashamed. I've been loving you and finding God and calling her by name. Have you ever had a fruit that flew you up and out of anxieties and unfortunate realities? Have you ever had a new dream, a fresh up and out of the box dream? A cool run, some ice cream, a warm hand on a generous thigh, a twinkle twinkle in your eye, a wish, a kiss, a favorite main dish, a singer, a song, a love song. So long I cannot find its end, but often relive its beginning. This love is how we are winning. We walk, we lay bricks, we've grown and put away childish tricks. We two queens, you light beam, my sweet love, my best first, my wildflower, my beautiful boxer. I choose you. And that's that piece. And last but not least, this piece is called Damn, and I want to dedicate it to the beauty that is Black folk, people of color. I think we are magic. Whether we succeed, whether we trip, whether we fall, whether we get up again, we're dope. So this is for that. Whew. Damn. Don't we know /be jazz quick stepping with Mozart shoes on while a choir harmonizes a tribal chant? Ain't we that? Ain't Kendrick a rapping pastor? Don't Malcolm X outfit us with righteous indignation and unrest? Damn, ain't we the best? Don't we wear cowries on our chest as armor? Don't we amore the best like a chocolate-filled chest? Ain't we saxophone at sea, seeing the whole world through periscope, looking for hope in hip-hop? Ain't we? Do we, oh? Don't we be breaking, pop locking, and cop clocking, watching our lives in slow motion, spinning cymbals on a drum line, waiting to clap together like thunder and lightning? Ain't we weather, earth, wind, and fire? Ain't we sip a lemonade on a porch after a lifetime of loving? Ain't we purple raining in Wakanda? Ain't we smoking smooth and so cool? So cool they want to wear us like we weren't there first. Ain't we spinning records, making a hit out of well-timed chopping, scratching, chopping, scratching, chopping, and screwing two pieces of life together to make something new? and functional. Furniture sit a future on. Legacy, thrones that ain't for play, ain't for gain. Serious regality, we are. Strong calf muscles, raised gold boots or red heels, driven hard into the earth, demanding the world be a talking drum. Can you hear me? We are the rainbow colored girls, weave round waists, holding on to hips that will occasionally convince creation to happen. We write love notes in 16 bars, intoxicating ears. Why yo, yo, why yo, yo, cause it feels good. Go with me, it's a call. Come with me, come here. We've been calling on a journey for a long time now. Been calling on progress and screaming, give me the mic, 1, 2, 1, 2. We've been calling on synergy since sunlight first knew the world. We've been beautiful since sunlight first freestyled on our skin. We've been breaking up the division, changing the mathematics, or trying to. We've been trying to love like love was king. Our oratory art educates and paint and leaves masterpiece like Basquiat. We be wanting wings for emergency and traveling. We be going and growing and finding our roots beneath gold streets and concrete. We've been killing for control, suffocating status quo because we want to go. Fly. Jump, land on our feet, firm, wanting to find ourselves free. Free as Hugh Masekela's trumpet and Nina's piano keys. We are the anatomy of Amanla. Power in a foreign tongue. We are built with strong knees for prayer and worship, homage and hope. Skyscraper fist defy Newton's theory of gravity. We've got Huey P. Newton knuckles. We've got Flo Joe's stamina. We've known running and working and celebrating. Couldn't cut the legs off us. We're gonna tell it on the mountains, pin it on the pyramids. Folks have tried silencing us, but they are still hearing us. We exist. And to be is to be divine. We are that we are. Have you seen the heavens in the eyes of us yet? Have you seen the heavens in the eyes of us yet? Have you yet tried comprehending the complexity of our majesty? Well, if you don't know, now you know. And that's our piece. I want to thank you, Sean, EvoluCulture, poets, amazing poet, amazing night. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Callie.
Thank you.
I've said this before, but you're definitely one of the individuals who inspire me, and just your presence and your energy, it's calming yet fierce, and you are a blessing, and I just wish you nothing but the best always.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Tell people what you got going on, including what's around your wrist and everything. Insane.
So yeah, we could talk about that. So MWIKALI Words, also known as Kali Word on IG. I am an author, poet, a spoken word artist. I make jewelry and such. And this is my book, Love, Discovery, Recovery, and Relapse. It is a collection of poems about love and the journey, the ups and downs of it. I think in discovering ourselves, love is definitely always a part of the narrative. And so I write about that, not just as for self, but also as a journey of figuring out how to make yourself free. So as I said, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook. I still have to get into the houses of the clubs, working on that, and get into what that's all about. But it has been a pleasure. Also, you can find my jewelry at thekalimadecollection.com, www.thekalimadecollection.com. That's Kali with a K. And yeah, we make all of these handmade jewelry. And I really, really enjoy just hearing everybody tonight. Thank you again for having me, Sean. You're doing amazing things with this platform, bringing lots of great poets together. So very grateful to you always. Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you once again for your ascension. We shall link up very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. It's only, you know what? Poets don't tell, we show out. So let me just do this. This poem is called Leo, because I'm on that love tip thanks to our feature. Though my sign is a lion, I move as if I'm the bull. Head down, horns out, piercing all in my way, no matter who they are to me, sulking afterwards at the destruction. I don't want that for you. Though my legs do rev up, I hold back so as to not scare you into a dash towards the highest wall you can leap over, or arm yourself in a sword and cape, tiring me out until the final blow lands. Rather, let us find a pride rock so our roars become purrs, lay up as a reward for patience stretched elsewhere. These days, I lead because I can't help it. But age has given me appreciation for soft music, locked doors, silence without explanation. All that is missing is a lioness who understands. At the risk of being on some bull again as opposed to lion, I feel this to be found so far with you. Scared as I am of causing wildfires in this California of a bond, I neither want to be water or wind silencing a candle's litness. But like the bull, with his head down, full steam ahead, like the lion with his unmistakable roar, I need to be straightforward, yet full of poise in my approach. Not to hunt you, but to be worthy of adding to your time. Because before I am any of this, I am a young man, transparent and inexperienced, but a veteran in emotions and learning from mistakes. No swag, no smoothness, unless pointed out by others. Only the truth. I like you, and I want to do right by you. Poem. So yeah, I had to get that out of my system. And as I continue to recover before we get into round 3 and see who we have for that, do me a favor and catch these ads.
Join EvoluCulture on Chatty House. Clubhouse every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern. CEO Sean Battle and Lady Amethyst open up the floor to one and all on the Clubhouse group of EvoluCulture Ventures. Open mic, let artists be. This is an open mic, so come one, come all, and spit your piece. Let artists be. Only on Clubhouse. Powered by EvoluCulture.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let Artists Be Open Mic is what we got going on Clubhouse. If you are on that audio app, we run that show every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The room is open through our Clubhouse group for EvoluCulture Ventures. So follow us there on Clubhouse if you aren't already. EvoluCulture Ventures, that's EvoluCulture. EvoluCulture Ventures. Follow us there on Clubhouse. You can follow me there as well at SEAN Battle and turn on the notification bell so that you know when that room is open. And then I'm also all over various rooms, poetry related, open mic related. So definitely link up with me personally and we'll let you know what's going on. With that said, shout out to my co-host, Lady Amethyst, who is an associate of EvoluCultures. She helps me hold it down, as do the rest of the team. They come through for that show as well. So again, Let Artists Be, 11 p.m. Eastern. Come through and just be. With that said, moving right along. Round 3. Verse. Coming to us for round 3 of the open mic, please give it up for Kyla Fleming. You're muted. Still muted. Uh-oh. Oh, we got technical difficulties. What is going on? See if we can figure it out. Should be able to unmute from StreamYard. You know what? Come back out and then come back in again. Maybe that we'll just see how that goes. All right, while she's doing that, let me just double check something here. Just hit the private chat real quick. You should be able to. I don't know what's going on, Lord Jesus. That's gonna be a shame. Let me see. Let's see if we got it going on here. Kyla, can you hear me? You're still muted. I don't know what's going on. Check and make sure you have your StreamYard mic is not muted. Oh no. It's not muted on my end either. Oh no. This is not the wave. This is not the wave. All right. All right, do this. Come out the studio, log back in, and let's see if that goes. I'll do a poem in the meantime to give her some time. All right. This is why you always have something in the trunk, because this shit always happens. I'm going to give her some time to share this one real quick and share this one. Let's figure out what's going on. This is called Sharing the Strife. It is a love poem in 4 parts. Shout outs to Poor Kings and Negros Americanos for this inspiration. 1. Captain America's shield in red, black, and green. Nightmare of one nation under appropriation. While hosting the open mic, I laid the necklace on stage. The corner of my eye caught you trying it on, knowing those colors are the scheme which kept you fighting as a queen by all means. When the show ended, I went outside to meet you among circles of conversation. Believed you didn't have to go home yet. There's a calling of mine to uphold. Black beads with a smidge of red and yellow engulf your neck once more. My hands lift your dreads out of them so they lay freely near your chest. Fingers running down your beige coat as I ask, you like it? Knowing the answer from yellow cheeks turned hot pink. Good. It's yours now. I only had the necklace for a week, but your smile is worth my resources. We walk with shields shaped like targets, peeling roots from colonized text. This burden weighs heavy, and your neck has shown to be stronger than mine. So I'm telling you to stop right there. Let's try this out. All right. Let's see if we can get Kyla up here, because I don't want to take up the space. I ain't that much of a Leo. Kyla, let's try it.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
Good. Okay, I'm on my phone. I just had to restart it, so.
I know the nightmare. The floor is yours, beloved.
Okay, thank you. This is my first time performing anything written live. So thanks everyone for joining. And this is called Delusion's Call, and I left it undedicated. So, what is heartbreak other than a sobering reminder of the places the soul longs to go but never seems to reach? An island that spins together with crystalline clarity, which eventually becomes the centering focus of daydreams that wrap around my composure and bind themselves into my memory. A mirage of delicate fixations that leaves me tossing and turning, whispering earnest pleas for a single night's rest, longing. Wakefulness and irritability follow me around as if we were old friends. Not even my shadow dares to follow me that closely. The sight of the mirage clutters my waking world and tints my daydreams with a color of blue that takes me back, below the surface of the sea and into the undertow it covers me. A blue that wraps around my body when grief removes its robe and adorns me with it. A gift, apart from our regular time socials. A kiki comprised of the big three, a tear-stained face, furrowed brow, and an empty belly. Shimmering even more boldly before my eyes, the mirage calls me home. The beacon shining through the clouds of dissonance that clog my brain. Heavy fog occupies the space between my eyes. Spinning thoughts like dust clouds stir up old wounds and anxieties that haunt me in my dreams and creep into my bones. Hollow and empty, this heartbreak continues to find me. Grief and I continue to host our soirees that slice through the mirage. Grief told me that loneliness was also free and might come and pay me a visit today. A party of 4, and this one I must pay. Reform and rehabilitate the behavior I've previously obeyed. The fog shifts aside for me to see. These are delusions, right? Because what's the point of heartbreak? Thank you. That's it. That's all I have.
It was the last line for me. Once
Thank
again.
you.
Kyla, thank you for sharing and thank you for persevering as we figured out the technical difficulties. Please tell us where we can find you once again.
Okay, you can find me on Clubhouse, Instagram, Twitter at Kai_Fleming. That's my username for most every social, so Facebook even, you can probably find me at that, at Kyla Fleming, Kai_Fleming, either or, for my socials. So that's where you can find me. That's what I have going on.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely
Thanks,
keep in
guys.
touch. Thank you once again for sharing tonight.
Thanks. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let me just double check the chat before we bring up our next open micer. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Check it out. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Sing on what's around. Potholes too deep and hills too steep. For unspoken truth, shackled to feet. Call it like it is and keep it moving. Check it out. All right. Melissa saying that was beautiful. Miss Lady giving the props. Rita saying so dope. I got some love as well. Thank you to those who have been in the chat with us. If you haven't already and have it in your heart and have it to give, we definitely appreciate any donations that you make to our Cash App. Normally, this event, when airing in person, is a $5 cover. Of course, we couldn't do that due to COVID as we present this platform here on our YouTube. But whatever that you could give, it goes right back into what we call the brick pile. Anything that you give at this time, again, it goes back into our business and keeping everything running. We do this for y'all. We do this for the love of it. That's what keeps us going. Money can only go for so long, and we just do this for y'all because we need it as well as some of you all need it one way or another. So whether it's day 1 or day 100, thank you all for sharing. We definitely appreciate you. Let's bring up on last of it. Let me double check something. Okay. There we go. So this is our last official open micer for round 3. I'm going to share something as well to close us off. In the midst of that, we got one more ad to give you. Again, if you're interested in the sponsorship package, email evoluculture@gmail.com. But right now, another returning favorite, please welcome Jelani. Uh-oh. Jelani going once. Jelani going twice. Did we lose her? Oh, no. Oh, I think we lost her. No. Come on, phone. Wait a second.
Let's go. Come on.
Did we lose her?
Technology.
Or am I bugging?
Can y'all hear me? Because.
Hold on. My phone wants to act crazy now. I think we may have lost Jelani. So as we figure this out, do me a favor.
I'm right here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to just spit this piece. Let me know that y'all can hear me. This piece is called, all right, it's called Trigger Warning, Mama Womb, Baba Womb. I am boy, child, baby boy, man child. You're just like your fucking father. Ain't shit ass motherfucker, bitch ass. I'ma give you something to cry about. Words a son received from his mother. His kind, nurturing, loving mother moon. Lost in the depths of her wounds. Her hands slammed into his face, telling him it's for his own good to keep him out of trouble and in his place. He thinks it's because every time she looks into his deep brown eyes, she is reminded of the man who sold her lies. The man who left her to run across the country to a new bitch. The man who abandoned her to raise 3 kids. All on her own, while the very same man clung to the rock and the illusions it sold, while his mother was barely full grown. His mama loved him. His Umi loved him, this he knows. My Umi says, shine my light on the world. Shine my light for the world to see. My Umi says, shine my light on the world. Shine my light for the world to see. So he know. She tried. She did the very best with what she had, but maybe deep inside, she was just a girl with parents that fucked up too, though that's hard to grasp. And he's just a boy trying to grow beyond the confines of his mind. Of a broken home, a violent childhood, absent father, and neglectful mother. Still, every time I see a bitch, I mean woman, I can't help but project the image of my mother onto her. And how she used to smack me, love me, cuss me, hug me. Try to tie this hoe, I mean woman, into the mother I wish I had. Projecting my petty insecurities onto her, picking at her like a scab. Calling my woman out her name because I feel so bad. Heaps of inequities and injustices sit on my head, try to keep me buried under the rubble. My own knocks and fears entrench me in trouble. Still, I am a boy who dreams of life in the light, waiting patiently for my time to shine. Using this passionate heart of mine to reemerge into the present after being lost in time. No place to express my rage, my sorrow, my pain. They said no child left behind, yet here I am in the rain. I feel misplaced, erased, degraded, like my neck is stepped upon. Like I got something to prove, nothing to lose, desperate and ready to pawn. My most valuable shit to pay my rent, trying to open up the cage I found myself encased in. I told myself my emotions are natural and it's okay to cry. I don't know if I believe that yet, it sounds like a lie. Trying to find somewhere safe to reveal them. Feel them because they say that's the only way to heal them. Letting go of the hate I felt toward my mama. Trying to forgive myself for perpetuating drama. Acknowledging that I have the strength to overcome trauma. I came home to myself and asked, myself. What do I really want from this blessed life? I am a God, responsible for my choices, holy, divine. As I heal the mama wound, how can I use my love to rise? Baba wound. I am girl, child, baby girl, half-grown woman, fast as, oh, she got daddy issues. Close your legs, young lady. Words a daughter received from the world that was trying to stop her from being another broken girl. They told her to keep it tight. Why would he buy the cow when he could get the milk for free? Shoving antiquated gender roles down her throat as she cried for liberty. Her father had left at 5 years old. The call of the rock had a hold on his soul like a chain. Cast in darkness like the stormy rain, chaos engulfed their family in pain. Moving here and there, never really settling anywhere. Concrete like a heavy anchor tried to weigh her down. Voices in her head tried to keep her from making a sound. Shut the fuck up. Suffer in silence, bitch. This is your penance. You deserve the violence, bitch. The storm raged for a while, then got quiet. Still she ached for her father who left her in this emotional riot. Looking for love in all the wrong places, ego and illusion causing her to fall from grace's placements. Full of rage and hatred for every man she trusted who betrayed it. The first one, her father, then brothers, then lovers. She's well aware of the scars and wounds that cover her. Broken teenage dreams and promises sometimes smother her. I wonder how my father would have taught me to deal with men. If he would have taught me math and how to wield my pen like a sword to cut away the demons that try to grasp me at my core, telling me my body is in mine, not in so many words. Greedy, always wanting to take more and kick my soul to the curb, forced into situations that made me grow, and karma taught me you reap what you sow. I feel alone, like no man will ever truly love me for me. I used to fuck some niggas just for the company because I thought they could save me. Didn't know I was only misbehaving, feeding the wrong cravings, depraved thinking from the darkness in me. I had to bring it to the light within me, create balance and fill my chalice with self-worth and love, compassion and kindness, always knowing I am enough. I am a goddess in my flyness, infinitely abundant. I rise with the righteous, within the synchronicity and harmony of the rhythm of my soul. I found the greatest treasure. As I heal the Baba wound, I embrace all of me, my pain, my lessons, my bliss, and my pleasure. Trigger warning, mama wound, Baba wound shall be uncovered, seen, held, loved, healed. We must, so we don't use our wounds as excuse to mistreat or abuse. Try to see the other as our own and see from different points of view. To live is to love, and to love is to care. I pray we can all heal from our deepest wounds, some of which we are not even aware are there. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn, for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much once again, Jelani, just for your energy, your everything. For real, for real. Thank you so much.
Ashe, thank you for having me. Peace, y'all.
Please tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, y'all can find me on Instagram at Jelani Love. That's Ja, like God, JAHLANILUD. And I also am on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. And I have t-shirts for sale as well if you want to support me with that. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
I've enjoyed everyone's artwork, by the way. Everyone's spoken word has touched me so deeply. So thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate you. We shall link up soon. Thank you so much. Whew. Man, yo, let's do this. So with that, there is a way I'm going to end the show, but before that, do me a favor and catch these at
Join EvoluCulture on Instagram every Friday at 9 p.m. General Manager Don Krypton goes live and opens the floor to one and all to go live with the Don. Poets, rappers, singers, musicians, you name it. Bring out your best pieces and get ready to show out. Live with the Don. Fridays at 9 p.m. Powered by EvoluCulture.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Our general manager, the man behind everything going on with the StreamYard, Don Krypton, is hosting another one of our weekly offerings, open mic wise, this time on Instagram Live. So if you have a poem, if you have a song, anything that you want to share today, and it was a joyous treat. So we're definitely doing it again. So peace to Don Krypton for everything that he's done with the Evolution team and just being a dope ass person, for real, for real. So let me just check the chat real quick. Jelani's been in there, Melissa Fleming's been in there, Miss Lady been all over it tonight, Don been in there, Rita, Ism been in there, Poor Lost Child, been a while since I've seen him. Blue Poetress, thank you for sticking around. Noel, thank you for sticking around. Jargon, thank you for sticking around. Just thank you everybody that shared tonight and stuck around. B Lioness, good to see you again. Thank you to everyone who shared tonight. Thank you for helping us get to a few more followers. Our goal is to reach 300 subscribers on our YouTube before April 30th. That is the goal, and I feel like we can reach it, especially with individuals like you. That's going to do it for us here at Evolution Dopen Mic. I am going to end with a poem, but before I do that, we do this show on the second Saturday of each month, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, streamed live on the EvoluCulture YouTube channel. Our next show will be April 10th, the Unsaid edition with the poet Hans Noir as our feature. Fun fact, he was supposed to feature for us in April of last year, and then COVID happened. So, full freaking circle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check the chat, make sure I ain't missed something. Almost welcome, Miss Lady. So that's what's going on April 10th. Join us there. Thank you to those who donated already to our brick pile. Again, if you feel anything that you could give, Cash App, EvoluCulture, we definitely appreciate it. It goes back into creating more spaces like this as we get through these trying times. Again, this week makes it 1 year since everything went down in New Jersey, and we making it happen. We being strong, we being resilient, we doing what we need to do. So make sure to follow us on all the social platforms. Peace to all of our open micers. Peace to our poet, featured poet, MWIKALI Words. Peace to the EvoluCulture team, especially our general manager, Don Krypton, for keeping things going. If you want to perform at Evolution Dopen Mic, stay tuned for instructions on how to sign up after I do my poem. My name is Sean Battle. Follow me on Instagram at Poems by SEAN Battle. U-N-I-T-Y, U-N-I-T-Y, that's a unity. U-N-I-T-Y. There is no community without that Jersey unity. U-N-I-T-Y, U-N-I-T-Y, that's a unity. U-N-I-T-Y. There is no community without that Jersey unity. Yeah. Life is what you give every day. Yet so easily, we seem to take it away. And so I say to you, Black woman, on this Melanated March, on this Black Woman Magic Month, which is every month, I apologize for every bit of betrayal forced on us by overseers, yet continued by willing hands that look like ours. The whispers given to me by matriarchs of melanin like you fall short in being reciprocated. Our village left lopsided in love given. So swift you are to comfort all into healing, no matter the medicine's taste. Composition thick like skin against time, no crack in sight. You hold on to holding on till family is fed in body and spirit. When us Black men lift off, you've been there to catch us as we land like rocks breaking through the atmosphere. More than reproduction, I dare not deem you female as a slur. You are human. You are woman. Poke your eyes, they water. See our children be poked by bullets. Your nails become daggers. Elevation means recognizing the foes you face inside and outside our ranks. From this, you love enough to hold all accountable. Dare not allow activists to throw nigger in the coffin without making room for bitch. Black woman, no name shall be given to you in which consent was not given by you, not even the one on your birth certificate. Rewind, Black woman, no name shall be given to you in which consent was not given by you, not even the one on your birth certificate. To enter a home, honor its customs. Wherever you reside, your life is your home. With your home, only you decide when to invite, when to close off. Please know that I value any time you choose to give. Lioness of the diasporic dark, you are the true crown maker, the real ruler, commanding protection of kingly roars. With every hunt you lead, I speak of this. I speak of this. I speak of this to say thank you. And to pledge, I will keep my end of the promise to evolve our circles together. For without your energy, shit, balance is impossible. UNITY. UNITY, that's a unity. UNITY. There is no community without that Jersey unity. UNITY. UNITY, that's a unity. UNITY. There is no community without you. Ooh, 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 Rest in peace, Bria Blackberry Molasses Night. Till next time, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are valued, and no matter what you go through, may you always kick out at 2.